Okay, welcome to John's Mini Mechanics, and as you can see I have a model already taken down. So today we're going to be reassembling the H1 Hummer from FMS. I recently added the skids, the upgrade skids that they offer, and when I did that I didn't realize that this right here, the carrier for the drive shafts, comes out, has to come out. And when you're doing it upside down with the body still on, you can not secure this correctly. So when I reassembled the body and everything, or reassembled the shafts, all of it, because I didn't remove the body, I almost smoked the motor because it was binding. I don't know what had it binding up, but I had it installed correctly. So now I have the body off, reinstalled, and we'll show you that it's working correctly if I can find the correct remote. Alright, and here we go. Battery. Actually, no. I'm not going to do that because I don't even have the ESC hooked up. Okay, so mistakes are made. And we'll just keep going from here. Alright, so we're gonna, and as you can see, the motor has little tabs that go in here to cover it. And you also have 4 screws. These are pretty long. As you can see, I ripped one off. So you just go in like that. There we go. And I wouldn't force it too hard. Once they're in, leave it. Some of them you can feel kind of snap into place. If you can get it, go ahead. I wouldn't force it though. Alright, that takes 4 screws to mount back down. And these are very small screws. They're going to be some of the only Phillips headed screws on this setup, which is very nice. Now, in my adventure with this already, I have been trying to come up with the best possible way to fit a larger tire in this rig. As you can see, these are not the stock tires. These are from MN model 82 by 30 with, I believe, a 1.7 wheel. And we'll go over that when I get the body back on. And I can show you the travel. Good to go. Alright. So you know, the power is shorter than the negative lead. Remember that. And the reason for that is this connector right here. It's a resistor of some sort, I think. Not exactly sure. My electrical is a bit rusty. I had a class in 2014 for electrical, for automotive electrical, and I honestly don't know what that is. So if you know what it is, please leave a note in the comments. Okay. So just make sure that all your wires are out of the way. I got some debris. Okay. All right. Let's cover a little magnetic tray with a lid. You can get it at your local smoke shop. Great to have, cheap. Because let's face it, the magnetic ones are great, but if you don't have a magnetic lid to keep everything in and you flip something over like I do, bad news bears. Alright, I'm going to get the body out of the way. Come here. Alright, so this one goes along here, so we're going to tuck it just like this. We're going to tuck these right in here. Now you can move the fan and just right? Use it as a wheel, because that's essentially what it is. We'll wrap these guys up around each other. Wrap these guys around each other. It's ugly. This body's going to come off a few more times. I can feel it. And once you have the wires together, make sure you get them all, because there's a lot going on here. Okay, now untangle them again. Alright. And I'm going to lay out wires as close to stock as I can. However, if you need a better example, please go to FMS or Fair RC and check out what they have. FMS, you'll be able to get the manual and check out that manual. Ah. Alright, you got to keep it all clear of the fan belt, just like you would on a real car, everybody. Because that sucker will grab all your goodies. Yeah, and you don't want that. Alright, so we're going to tuck the speed cables in channel 4 along the side. So we have the passenger side of the motor. We're going to tuck it towards the back and have it come like this. Over the top. Or maybe it's like this. So the wire's coming like this, behind the motor a little bit, over the top, because there's a little bit of length. And we're going to have to tuck the power wires anyways, so that'll work. And believe it or not, that's where the motor wires go. That's where they were when I got it. That's where they're going to stay. Okay. All the wires seem pretty good. Get this fan belt back on. Oh, well. With as much beading I'm going to do, fan belt, sorry world, I took a scale accessory off my FMS 112 Hummer. Get your torches. Okay. So far, I'm happy with the wiring. Okay. Battery. Yeah, I can't help it. Every time I think of the word battery, I think of it as James Hetfield singing it. Alright. Transmitter. Where's the lovely go-go button? Power. Oh. All right, cool. We are back in business, everybody. So we're going to turn everything back off, disconnect the battery. I'm going to remove it completely because, you know. So we're going to tuck all these wires in. We're going to shut the hood. And we're going to bolt it down. Okay, as you can see, I added some spacers right here. Can't really see it on this one, but there's a spacer here and a spacer back here. Maybe we'll get the tires off in another video and we'll go deep dive on how I did that lift. But as you can see, she's got a good amount of space. So let's get her bolted down. Alrighty. See? Magnetic lid. Those could have all jumped out. Grown legs. Ran away. Alright, these guys are a little long, so we're going to use my Gren Pro. Pretty sure this is, it looks just like Enjora's. And I'm going to use Enjora's toolkit with it. However, the gold plating makes it a little difficult to get it seated correctly. I had to beat it on the ground to get it in and maneuver it in and out a few times. You know what that's like, some of y'all. I'm not exactly putting all the screws in the right place and all that happy nonsense. Because again, I'm going to be ripping this apart a handful of times. Probably at the end of the week I'll pull it apart. Oh. Cool. Now let's get... That's the wrong one. want to find out where you go. Don't need you anymore. How's everybody doing this fine Sunday morning, huh? Daylight savings began today. Got an extra hour of sleep. That's nice. Although I think I only got about 4. Any of y'all get a bunch of sleep? Or like me and definitely use you. Okay. You're going nowhere. Alright, I need to find a screw for you. Too easy. Okay, a little bit dirty. Alright, well, let's move on to wiring. Oof. Alright, I'm gonna end up ending this video to do the wiring. You know what? Let's pause the video instead. Let's pause the video. I'm gonna go look at the manual. Well, I spent 20 minutes looking for the manual. So what we're gonna do is, I couldn't find it. Keep this video short. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to shove all these wires in here. I'm gonna do the wiring off camera because I know I'm going to get frustrated, and I'd rather not want to get frustrated on camera with everybody today. Frustrations happen to all of us, and right now I'm learning to develop new skills on how to deal with my frustration, because you know, I'm a dad. D-A-D, dad. And you know what? Being a dad's pretty cool. Some of you are out there are dads because you had a pretty awesome dad. I have a pretty awesome wife who convinced me I wanted kids. All right. So as you can see, we've got some serious lift here. Let's use the Banff micrometer here. And let's check our room. So I'll try and get this top of the tread. And at 21 3/4. About of over there, but the big problem here is we still have very little we have 9 mils, 9.8 mils. So that is our biggest issue right here. So if I want to go larger than an 85, I don't think anything larger than an 85 will work. I just had these wheels and tires here at the house, threw them on, went outside, bottomed out, add spring compressors, 2 to each shock, and it fixed it. And then I add those, man, how much are those spacers? Let's take a look. Spacers are 4.5 millimeter spacers. So if you use a 4.5 millimeter spacer, there you go. And in the rear, where you're going to get a little less travel, you've got 19.6 with a 4.5 mil. And then at the smallest, you've got 10.35 millimeters of clearance. So we'll go compress. And that's, see, full roll. One corner, one corner. So you can see those 82s, aside from being really hard from the foam that I put in there, I jam-packed it with a good amount of foam. Okay. Alright, and I think that, besides an late introduction to Bob and Doug McKenzie and Han Solo in there, yeah, if you're grew up with the McKenzie boys, you know, you're not a hoser in my book. Alright, everybody. Have a fantastic Sunday. Hope you enjoyed time with your family. Love you guys. Have a good one.